morning, student. Then today we want to discuss about the cell membrane. I think you can call it as a plasma membrane. It is we want to study about the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane, or you can call it as what? Cell membrane. Then first time in 1972, Mr. Singer as well as Nichols sir, those are the first person to discover the plasma membrane. Then what do you mean by sir? I think a fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane, sir. What referred to fluid? What referred to mosaic? Fluid means what? It is a combination of what? Lipid as well as protein. Which one? Lipid as well as protein. These are of what? Semi-fluid in the nature. These are not rigid. But within the plasma membrane, we want to see what? Lipid is there as well as proteins are there. These are what? These are not rigid. These are what? Semi-fluid in the nature. Hence we can call it what? Fluid. Okay, that is a fluid. Then the next one, mosaic. Sir, what do you mean by mosaic, sir? That mosaic is what? Here and there. What? Here and there. The protein molecules are, these are embedded here and there in the lipid bilayer. Here, these are the lipid bilayer. Yellow color. Here I want to mention the two layers are there. This is the first phospholipid bilayer, one layer. This is another phospholipid, another layer is there. Within this, I think these two phospholipid bilayer, here we want to see what number of proteins are there. These are embedded here and there, here and there. That is refers to what? Mosaic. Yeah. Then what do you mean of mosaic? The protein molecules which are present within the lipid bilayer, I think in the manner of what? Here and there, that is called a what? I think mosaic. Then I think that which one? Plasma membrane, yeah, it will consist of three components are there. First we want to know about the what you mean by plasma membrane. Okay. Then this is a cell is there. Okay. Here in the animal cell, here you will see what? Plasma membrane is there. Or I think a cell membrane is there. Then this membrane, it is what? Thin in nature. That cell membrane, it is what? Thin. It is what? Delicate as well as elastic in nature. Plasma membrane means what? It is thin, delicate as well as which one? Elastic in nature, and it is what? Selectively permeable. That means what? Semi-permeable in nature. It will select the molecules, not all the molecules to enter within the cell. Hence, these are what? Selectively permeable or the semi-permeable of the what? Living boundary. This is what? Cell is there. It is what? And plasma membrane is there. I think cell membrane is there. It is the living boundary of that cell. Hence, it is what? Thin, delicate, elastic as well as selectively permeable or the semi-permeable living boundary of the cell. That is called what? Which one? Plasma membrane. Okay. Then it will consist of three components are there. The first one is what? Lipid is there. First one is what? Lipid. Then the second one is what? Proteins are there. Then the last one is what? Carbohydrate. It will consist of lipids. Yeah, at I think 40% proteins, 50% and carbohydrate it will 10%. Okay. Then that lipid here lipid, these are arranged in the two rows are there. Here you will see what? Lipid bilayer is there. Yeah. These are arranged in the one two layers. Okay. Then I think the first one is here we want to see the I think the first row. This is the second row of the phospholipid layer. Okay. Then it having here you will see here I want to draw I think a lipid layer. This one is an lipid layer. Okay. This one is for what? Head. This one is what? Head. Then this one is what? Tail is there. Then here it is what? Hydrophilic in nature. It is what? Hydrophilic. These are faces outer side in the one layer. Here you will see the head. This head of the which one? Phospholipid, it will faces what? Outer side of the cell. And here you will see the another phospholipid is there. That head, it will faces inside the cell. Yeah. Then these two heads I think of the lipid bilayer, these are in the nature of what? Hydrophilic in nature. That is what? These are water loving. Okay. Then I think a head faces outside and other phosphate head faces what? Inside. One head it will faces outside another one faces inside of the cell. Then I think this is about which one head of the which one phospholipid. Then the next one I think tail is there. That tail, here you will see the tail is there. Then this tail, it is I think made up of what? Fatty acid. It is I think fatty acid tail. These two phospholipid bilayer tail, these are present inside of the I think which one? This semi-fluid membrane. Hence the tail is what? These are present inside. Okay. Hence the lipid, it having the phospholipid. Then it is also made up of what? Cholesterol is there. But as well as this lipid layer, it is what? Semi-permeable in nature. Which one? Semi-permeable. It will I think permit the oxygen as well as the carbon dioxide molecules, not all the molecules, okay, into the cell as well as outside the cell. Hence it is what? It behave like what? Semi-permeable in nature. Okay. Then here I think ions, they can't enter within this I think semi-permeable membrane. Okay. Then the next one, proteins are there. Within this protein, it is 50% of protein is there. Then here you will see the I think integral protein or intrinsic protein as well as second is what? Peripheral protein or extrinsic proteins are there. Then within this integral protein, what do you mean by integral protein, sir? That integral intrinsic protein or the integral protein, these are completely embedded within the two lipid bilayer. Here you will see, I think, here I want to draw this one is what? Lipid bilayer. Here integral or intrinsic proteins means what? Those proteins which are present within or embedded within the lipid bilayer. Here you will see the protein, here you will see the protein, here you will see the proteins are there. Okay, these are completely what? Embedded. These are present within the lipid bilayer. Those are what? Intrinsic protein. Okay. Then peripheral protein means what, sir? Peripheral protein, here you will see the intrinsic protein. Peripheral protein means what? Here some proteins are present. Here I want to draw here. These are the proteins. These proteins, these are present outside the plasma membrane. Such proteins, these are the proteins, such proteins which are present surface of the plasma membrane, that is called peripheral protein. Then one more thing, here we will see the another protein is there. That is called as transmembrane protein. Which one? Transmembrane protein. What do you mean by transmembrane protein, sir? It will cross to two lipid bilayer. Here, this is one lipid layer, this is another lipid layer is there. That protein, this one is I think protein, this protein, it will cross from one phospholipid layer to another phospholipid layer. It will cross both the lipid layer. Hence, this I think protein is called what? Transmembrane protein is there. Okay, it is also very important. These proteins, these are help for the recognition of the antigens. Which one? These are help for the recognition of antigens as well as carbon. They will do their I think function. Okay. Then the last one, that is called what? Carbohydrate is there. That is I think within this carbohydrate there are once again two types are there. Glycoproteins as well as glycolipids are there. So what do you mean by glycoprotein? Those carbohydrates which are attached with the protein. You will see the protein is there. Protein is there, I think. Yeah. Then I think first we got a glycoprotein. Then here you will see the protein is there. Some I think carbohydrates which are attached with the protein. Such proteins, such carbohydrates are called glycoprotein. What do you mean by glycoprotein? Some carbohydrates which are attached with the protein molecule. Then such type of I think carbohydrates are called as what? Glycoprotein. Then the next one, glycolipids are there. Some carbohydrate they will attach to the what? Lipids. Here you will see I think some carbohydrates which are attached to the what? Lipids. Such I think lipids are called what? Glycolipid is there. Okay. Then this is I think these carbohydrates, these are very interesting another function. That is, these are what? identifying the foreign particle. When the foreign particle will enter, it want to enter within the cell, then at that time, that carbohydrate, it will recognize it. It can't permit it, hence it is help for the identification of the antigen or the foreign particle into the cell. This is about, I think, which one? Plasma membrane structure. Then the function, that plasma membrane, it will give what? Shape to the cell. It will give what? Shape to the cell. As well as it will separate the cell from the external fluid. Here, this one is a cell. This one is what? Internal, I think, environment is there. Here, I think outside the cell, you will see one external environment is there. Hence, it will separate the external environment as well as internal environment of the cell. Okay. Then the I think it is selectively permeable. Already I have told you. Then the movement of molecules by what? Diffusion. Here through the plasma membrane, the movement of molecule they will be enter within the cell or come out from the cell by which process? Diffusion is there as well as osmosis is there. Then as well as this plasma membrane or cell membrane, it will give adhesiveness. I think there are one cell is there, it is another cell is there. Both the cells are what? They will tied with one another. That is called what? Adhesiveness. Okay. Then the that plasma membrane, it will give what? Adhesiveness. I think adhesion of the cell. Okay. Then the last one, that is called what? It will help for the recognition of the which one? It may be antigen, it may be foreign particle. This is about the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. Okay. Thank you.